So if you didn't catch the last video, I don't know, one of the GoPros going off. Anyways, if you didn't catch the last video, I talked about my driveshaft loop. Then, just to let you know, I had ordered this thing, waiting and waiting and waiting, and never shows up. Finally checked my email, come to find out, I don't know, the shipping costed more than originally calculated, I guess. And so they basically sent me an additional bill, and I don't read my emails that much, so unfortunately I didn't get the email. So I had to wait extra long to get I paid that, and then finally got my drive shaft loop and my trans mount. So I already put the trans mount in. You saw that video already. And so now we're going to put in the drive shaft loop today into my 74 Duster. I'm actually kind of excited about running this one because the other one I had, you have to run bolts through the floor, which kind of sucks. Drilling your car. This kit is less intrusive. It attaches to your transmission cross member, basically. So you got your transmission cross member, and then the bolts that go through it and the frame on the car, and basically pull a couple of nuts off, and then boom, this mounts to that. I assume that mounts to that. That mounts to that. I guess so. I didn't realize. I thought this was a solid loop. So that's kind of a surprise, which is going to kind of suck because it's going to eat up the bolt heads are going to eat up some space. But, oh well. And this guy, so came with a bunch of bolts, a body loop, right, and got some instructions. So, anyway, I'll glance through this and we'll start putting it in the car. Yeah, okay, so they've changed the design. The one online shows a solid loop, which is what I thought I bought. This one actually has two halves, so I don't know if that's good or bad. The downside is that the bolt heads are going to take up some space. The upside is I can probably install this without taking the drive shaft out. So, and then something else they're talking about feature-wise is they put this plate in here. This is just to add as a spacer. So if you need this to go up, you put it in. You need to go down, you take it out. You've got adjustability this way, and up here you've got adjustability this way. So, and you could also put this on that side if you need to move it down more. And the same thing on this side, you can flip it over if you need to move down more. So it looks like we got a lot of adjustability in this design, and the only downside I see is that the bolt heads might be taking up some room, but we'll see if we can dial it in, see how it goes. So I don't know how I keep being the lucky one that gets all the shit that doesn't work, but this is not going to work with a spool mount. So this comes back farther, I believe, and this is not wide enough to fit in between here and here. So it's not like it goes behind the spool mount. Couldn't get the bolt holes through here anyways. This has to go like that, and there's no freaking way it's gonna work. So, damn it. I'm wondering if I read it wrong or I ordered the wrong one. I'll go in there and look. I mean, my only other option is to just change after I bought this spool mount, change to a biscuit type, which is kind of crap compared to this beefy one. Yeah, son of a bitch. I guess I'm gonna go back to the drive shaft loop that I had in it before. I don't see any other option really, a viable one anyhow. Alright, I guess we're gonna save this. Bag said the bolts were for an A body, but we could always go get, it's probably just these trans mount bolts because the early ones are bigger than these, so we could always go to the hardware store. I'll probably just save this for a B body, I guess. Freaking A body strikes again. I just wanted to show, now that we have that spool mount that's solid and it's centering the transmission properly, now we've got plenty of clearance between the drive shaft and the head bolts on the drive shaft loop. I did have washers inside of here, which, you know, takes up a little bit of space. I tried to find button heads at Ace Hardware just to try to get, you know, these sharp edges off of there, and they didn't have any, so Stuck with these bolts, took the washers out to take out the space. The lock washer's on the opposite side, so should be good. I think we're going to be okay. I think we got plenty of room. So we're all mounted up on each side to the car. So that's all done. The top loop's done. Just got to put the bottom loop in and we're finished. All right, we got the spool mount in. Centering the transmission, and got the original drive shaft loop back in the car. And we look pretty good clearance wise. We got plenty of space between the bolts and the drive shaft on both sides, so I don't think we got any issues there. And plenty of room on the bottom, plenty of room on the top. I don't know if that's gonna show anything. Anyway, that's done. So that's one thing checked off the list, one step closer to getting to the drag strip. So next is a tack and the oil pressure sending unit. I think I get those two things in and I'll be ready. So, all right, cool.